Hello, I'm Toppy and welcome back to another brand new Fortnite video. Just a few moments ago the in-game event, the Robot vs Monster event, did happen for the ending of Season 9, and in this video in the background I'm going to have the full gameplay playing. I think I had a great view of it, and at the end of the video I'm going to talk about everything that happened during the fight and all the ways that the map changed. But before I talk about that, I want to show you the full gameplay just in case you did miss it. And if you have already seen the gameplay, you can skip to the time that's on screen now to just skip to my analysis of it and everything that has changed in the map because of it, and everything that will be leading into Season 10 when it does start in a few days' time. But if you haven't already seen it, enjoy the full gameplay from the Monster vs Robot event. So that was the full gameplay, and I want to break it down into all the main parts which happened in it, and then I want to talk about all the ways that the map has changed and everything that has changed in the game going forward into Season 10 like I said before the gameplay. So before this event actually happened, all the main game modes were turned off and a special game mode called Final Showdown was put on, and in this game mode you got jetpacks so you could fly in the air and see it better. There was no weapons whilst the event was actually happening or items, so you couldn't kill any enemies, because in the previous event which did happen at the end of Season 7 and Season 8, those people took this as an opportunity to try and get as many kills as they could whilst players weren't really playing the game properly, just trying to watch the event. So they put this on so there weren't those issues of people trying to get new high kill gameplays just when players aren't really trying and everyone's just trying to watch the event. And it was also a respawn game mode, so if players did die before the event happened, they could just respawn back in and watch the event. There weren't any issues with getting into the server to see it. So this was a great thing by Epic to do, meaning that everybody could see the event properly, meant they could all enjoy it because it has been building up for a long time. The first thing that happened was that the monster came out of the sea over near Lazy Lagoon. It had parts of Polar Peak on its back. Polar Peak was where the monster was first found. It came out of Polar Peak, walked across the map and went into the sea, so it still had parts of Polar Peak on its back with buildings on it. It then shot some green energy beam around the map, but this didn't actually do any damage to the ground, it just burnt some areas of it. Next, the robot took off from pressure plants. This is obviously quite a big map change. Pressure plant now doesn't have the robot in, so I assume that part of the map will be changing in Season 10, because it's pretty pointless if there isn't anything there, because that's the whole purpose of it being like that, was to build the robot in it. So I assume we can see this changing in the future at the start of Season 10. Then they did start to fight. The robot did take off, started firing rockets at the monster from its chest. The monster and the robot had the big fight, but all this fighting didn't actually lead to any changes in the map. They both threw each other back all the way across the map, and they should have crushed quite a lot of stuff, but they didn't really do any damage to it. Obviously it isn't very realistic that it didn't destroy loads of the map, but it would have made the map a bit rubbish if everything was flattened, and obviously technically they couldn't have really done this much damage because the servers were under so much strain to change maps that quickly. They can't make massive change like that to games which are actually live, so all these huge map changes wouldn't have been possible to do during the event, so I get why they haven't done it, but I assume more map changes will be coming at the updates at the start of Season 10. But some of the biggest map changes are over at Loot Lake. Over here we're seeing a little bit more destruction. There was a little bit of it destroyed when the monster did cross over the map from Polar Peaks, but the main change over here is a floating orb in the centre of the lake. This looks like energy that's been released from the cube under Loot Lake when the robot did rip part the shield that is containing it to get some of the energy to help him attack the robot. This looks like it's just floating there. It's going to stay there for a while until the next event happens or another update happens to this part of the map, but at the moment this does work just like event. But the only other big map change that I could find was the monster skeleton that's been left over near Salty Springs with the giant sword sticking out of it, and obviously the sword is from the statue over at Tilted Towers. This is missing as well, but none of these changes really do change much how the map will play, how the game will play overall. There haven't been any giant changes like that, but I do think we will see some big map changes towards the start of Season 10, probably in the first few weeks with a couple of in-game events and with the normal weekly updates, because we are due some more big changes. So we haven't had any massive ones for a while, and because this event didn't give us any, we should be guaranteed to be getting some soon, just to keep the map fresh and to keep it playing in new ways every single season. So overall I think this has been another incredible event by Epic. As always, they've done a great job with it. I don't know how they actually do it technically. The servers must be under massive stress and no one else can really do these sorts of events. Haven't seen any other game do something this big all at once on live servers, so it's incredibly impressive that they can even pull it off without everything crashing, and I already can't wait to see what they do at the end of Season 10, because I'm sure it'll be great again like it has been for the last few seasons. But if you think I did miss anything with the map changes in this video, make sure you do let me know down in the comments so we can let everybody know about everything that has happened. I think I did cover everything. I was watching the full event pretty closely and I had a look around the map after. I do think I picked up on all the main things, but if there is anything that I missed, make sure you do let me know. Hopefully we'll see more changes coming in the future like I said, but in this one we didn't actually get to see that many, but the event was still incredibly impressive and another great event by Epic. So I hope you enjoyed my gameplay and my breakdown of everything that happened in it. If you're new here, please make sure you subscribe so you can see everything that changes to the map, everything that happens in Season 10, and as always my weekly challenge guides which I'll be doing again in Season 10, as well as trying to cover all the other challenges which no doubt will be coming out because they keep on adding more content every single season. Well, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.